Welcome to Monsignor John J. McMahon Gymnasium, home of your Seton Catholic Sentinels. Tonight, we welcome the Warriors of Westwood High School. The Seton Catholic community extends to you a warm welcome, and we are pleased to be your host this evening. Westwood and Seton Catholic are members of the Arizona Interscholastic Association and abide by the rules and regulations as set forth by the association. Tonight's teams are friendly rivals playing a game representing their schools. We remind you that good sportsmanship is an individual responsibility. Spectator and player behavior should be courteous and reflect the spirit of good sportsmanship. We ask you to cheer for your team and to show respect to your school, the opponents, and game officials. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we begin our contest with prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for the many opportunities you have given us. Thank you for this time to gather in the spirit of competition. Please help these athletes and officials perform to the best of their abilities and keep them free from injury. St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, pray for us. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Please remain standing for our national anthem. It's buffering. Or not. No. No, it's going. It's buffering right now. I don't know why it's taking so long. Oh, there it was. There we go.
I'm excited to announce that we are making progress and that our initial steps will begin this summer with the installation of air conditioning in McMahon Gym. This incredible accomplishment reinforces how we continue to move forward with campus improvements, which are crucial to creating an even better experience for our students, faculty, staff, and parents. But our work is not over. We need additional help to continue this amazing, ambitious project. We're calling on our Seton community of alumni, parents, grandparents, and friends to really rally, make our family presence felt, and make our event center a reality. If you haven't made your pledge to our campaign yet, or if you would like to increase your pledge amount, scan the QR code at the end of this message, or visit our website and click on the advancement page. Once again, thank you to everyone who has supported our Founded in Faith, Building on Excellence campaign through your gift, through your prayers, or through your investment of time.
And finally, number 23, Sophie Morales. All right.
2024, we have some wonderful Seton Catholic women's basketball. Seton Catholic 9-5 heading into this contest, led by the notoriously victorious Karen Self, facing off against the 3-7 Westwood, led by Ron Campton. And I had a quick conversation with Coach Karen Self before this contest, and I asked her, Coach, what are you expecting against Westwood today? What is the scouting report? And she said, bombs away. Expect a lot of perimeter attack from Westwood. Not a whole lot of interior players over there on the Westwood squad, and she said it should be an exciting one. A lot of threes are going to be flying here today. Once again, folks, thank you for joining me here today at the home of the Sentinels. I hope you had a wonderful winter time and, family festivities. Happy New Year to everyone joining me. And we're kicking it right off with some women's basketball here at Seton Catholic. The tip-off, no contest. Taking it up the court, number 23, dishes it out to 15. Dribbling across, some good ball movement so far from the Sentinels. Dished over to Mia. Back to Carmela Gallardo, and Gallardo splash from 3. Westwood now up the court. And the ball is taken right away by guess who? Once again, Carmela Gallardo. And Jaden Herrera tied up in the pocket. She gets the ball back. No good at the rim. But to clean up is Mia DiPuccio. Mia DiPuccio is good. It's all Sentinels so far. And at the top of the key, there's a scramble for the ball. And the Sentinels come away with it. Reagan Gregston muscles that one away, number 5. The big, tall junior. Apologies, the ball is actually going to be in Westwood's possession here. Referees blew that dead before possession changed. Dribbling to the inside, and no good on the shot was number 1 for Westwood. Up the court now in the corner. Down under the rim. Give it to the big lady. Mia DiPuccio passes it out. Shot from perimeter from Carmela is no good. And Westwood should take over. Quick discussion between the referees. And yes, Westwood has it. Taking it up the court, number 1, Sienna Riggs for Westwood. Dishes it out to Amaya Freeland. Now with the perimeter, Jaden Atisi. Passes it back to Amaya Freeland. Sienna Riggs puts up a shot, and it's no good off the front of the rim. Sentinels back on the offensive now. Pass down low, pass back to the top, and the shot is just barely out. And a good rebound from Mia DiPuccio, but you can't put it back successfully. Westwood now coming up the court. Riggs with some slick moves at the top. She's gonna have to pass it. And the shot, no good from number 30. Seton ball. Some good ball movement so far. Sophie Morales, the junior, with the ball. She's gonna dish it over. And Reagan Gregston loses the ball. Gregston, apologies. But poor ball control by Westwood. Gives it right back to Mia DiPuccio. And she's good from right under the rim. 7-0 now here in this first period. At the top of the key, the shot is no good from number 21 of Westwood. Mia DiPuccio will inbound to Sophie Morales. The junior point guard has done a good job so far of orchestrating the offense. Carmela Gallardo now with the ball at the top of the key. She'll pass it back to Sophie. Sophie moves around, dishes it to DiPuccio. DiPuccio has the ball stripped. Westwood with a flash here. And they finally get across half court. Sienna Riggs passes it over to Amya Freeland. Freeland in and good. A great drive right down the middle. Results in the first basket of the night for Westwood. Sophie Morales dishes it over to DiPuccio. DiPuccio to Reagan. Reagan to Carmella, and Carmella just barely long on the three. Seton not looking to be conservative with any kind of shooting here. They're looking to attack on the score. The three from Westwood is no good. That one's going to fly short. Seton will take back possession here. 3:30 left in the first quarter. And it's Sophie Morales taking the ball up the court. Dishes it over to Carmella. Carmella just long from the corner. Reagan passes it to DiPuccio, no good. Westwood takes over control. Looking for a corner opportunity, and looks like a travel will be called against Westwood. Aubriana Herring charged with the turnover there for Westwood. And time of a little bit of reset there, as a shoe needed to be tied for Seton. Carmella in the corner. Dishes it inside DiPuccio. DiPuccio dishes it. And it's blocked. Jaden Herrera couldn't get the shot up in time. Westwood with some dribble moves at the top of the key, running in now to the perimeter. And the lay is no good. Westwood will regain possession. It touched a Seton defender on its way out of bounds. And with 2:39 left in this first quarter, Westwood needs some action. Herring drives in, and she is swatted by Reagan Gregston. Nothing there. But once again, Westwood will regain possession as it last touched a Seton defender before it went out of bounds. Some great defense right there from number 11, Jaden Herrera. And the Sentinels regain, but a bit of a sloppy pass is intercepted by Westwood, and the pull-up two is good. Now 7-4. Sentinels just leading by 3 here in this first quarter. Sophie dishes it over to the corner. Carmella passes it inside. DiPuccio is good for the 2. Good ball movement right there by the Seton ladies. And they get that 2 points right back. The shot from Westwood, no good. And a foul on Morales. Charge to number 1, Sienna Riggs. Sophie Morales taking it up the court now. Dishing over to Carmella. Carmella for 3, no good in the corner once again here tonight. And sometimes it takes a few shots to really get that rust off. Coming off a break, and the pass from Westwood goes out of bounds. And Seton will regain possession. And that's exactly what Westwood needs to stay away from right now if they want a chance at winning this contest. They got to help themselves out any way they can, and giving away a possession like that is no bueno. Shot from deep and splash for Reagan Gregston. Nothing but net. And a shot from Westwood, no good. Rebounded well by DiPuccio. Morales taking it up the court. Back to DiPuccio. DiPuccio driving in. And the lay is no good. Contested by 2 Westwood defenders. Morales intercepts the pass from Westwood. Taking it out now to the top. Finds her lady down low. And the 2-point is good for Jaden Herrera. Westwood now looking to get things in motion. And they can't hold on to the ball right there. Once again, not helping themselves out. 14-4. The score has kind of exploded in the last few minutes here, and it continues as Seton extends the lead by 2 more points off of the lay from Reagan. And that'll do it for the first quarter here. Some great action from the home of the Sentinels. Seton has pulled away 16 to Westwood's 4. And they look good after this first period. As we head into the second, what we should expect to see is more domination from the big ladies of Seton. Mia DiPuccio and Reagan Gregston are pretty much having their way on the court right now. Jaden Herrera playing a key role as well. The senior available for some clutch points. And let's not forget about Sophie Morales, our court general right now for the Sentinels, and she's doing a great job at it. We'll be right back with some second quarter action. Sentinels lead by 12. And here we go, right back to work for the ladies. Morales, once again, being the court general, dishes it over to Carmela. Carmela back to Morales. Carmela dribbling around, finds Reagan. Reagan Gregston pulls up, no good from 3. And DiPuccio trying to fight for it, but she can't come away with it for the Sentinels down low. Number 10 for Westwood taking it up the court. She holds on to it, dishes it out to number 3. Back to 23, top of the court. Now 21 has the ball for Westwood. It's number 11 pulling up with the shot, and it's good. Westwood with a clutch 3 to start things off here from Aubriana Herring. Morales, DiPuccio, Reagan, no good. DiPuccio rebound, and the putback is no good. And they maintain possession. A tough rebound, some good fight from number 14 of the Sentinels, Tracy Ineza. Ineza making her first appearance in this contest here in the second quarter. And yet another big body for the Sentinels to take advantage of. Morales looking on the inbound. She finds Reagan, dishes it out to Carmela. Carmela dishes it back to Reagan, but too hard off the hands of Reagan, who takes accountability there. And Westwood ball. No worries, the ladies talk it out, and they're on the same page now. And they have been playing phenomenal all night long so far. Aubriana Herring dishes it over to Jolani Takju. Taking the shot, Amya Freeland, no good. And Reagan gets the rebound, dishes it over to Morales. Down low to DiPuccio, and no good is the pass. But the Sentinels regain possession after a little scramble there. And the play was called dead, so I'm interested to see. So it's actually going to be a push foul against DiPuccio, and Westwood will take over possession there. Not too sure about the pushing call right there, and of course not a big deal when you're up by 9 points. Joylani. Some great defense from Carmela. Wow, that's phenomenal. Carmela put the straps on, but unfortunately Westwood will retain possession. And Joylani is subbed out for Westwood. Amia Freeland now with the ball. And the pass down low is good to Jaden at City, who puts up the 2 and has it fall. Morales over to Reagan. Down low to DiPuccio. Back to Reagan. No. DiPuccio holds on. Tries to fight her way to the rim, but puts up a not very competitive shot right there. Amia Freeland now with the ball for Westwood. And a takeaway from Morales. Morales on the fast break. Easy 2. And she's got it to go. 18-9 now is the score. The Sentinels doing a good job of holding on to their lead. And a full timeout taken by Westwood. Looks as though Coach Ron Campton wants to do some discussing with his ladies, and they've come out this quarter looking a lot better than last, but still not exactly in this game so far. A 9-point lead for the Sentinels, and any timeout is good news for the Sentinels. It gives the girls more time to talk to Coach Karen Self, who, as many know, is a legend in the Arizona basketball and national basketball community, if you will. She's had nothing but success in her long coaching career, and she appears to be on that same track here tonight. 5:20 left here in the second quarter. And the Sentinels ladies look good to start the new year. Here we go, back to action. Westwood ball. Looking to inbound will be Amia Freeland. Jaden at City, apologies. Sienna Riggs catches the inbound pass, dishes it over to Amia Freeland. Freeland. Some nice moves to the inside, and the shot is no good. DiPuccio gets the rebound. Morales is there to take it up the court. Dishes it to Carmela in the corner. Reagan is good to go for 3. Now 21-9 the score. And Reagan has been phenomenal from the perimeter tonight. Amia Freeland pulls up, no good from 3. Morales on the rebound, some misdirection up the court. Dishes it down low to Reagan. And Reagan will have to dish it back out. Double dribble though. Unfortunately, Westwood will gain possession here. Get a quick replay on that phenomenal 3. Splash from Reagan. Sienna Riggs taking it up court. Amia Freeland now with the rock. Amia Freeland to her right. And no good on the contested shot. Good defense from Morales. Now she's taking it back up the court, and she's pinched between 2 Westwood players. And she keeps possession right there. Morales now with the ball. Carmela, open look from three. She's going to take it. No bueno. DiPuccio gets the rebound. And another foul called against DiPuccio. That's her second of the night. And I didn't really see a foul there, but I guess when you're big and physical, it's kind of hard to stay away from those kind of contact fouls in the paint. So DiPuccio will eat her second of the night. 21-9 is the score. Sienna Riggs dishes it to Amya Freeland. Amya to number 30. Peyton Mitchell. Seton ball now, 3:43 on the clock. Seton with a chance to really blow this game open here. This is around the time they caught fire at the end of last quarter. It'll be interesting if they do the same here. Morales puts up a shot, no good from two. About a 12-footer there, and it won't go. Seton ball. Nope. Westwood ball after the scramble. And some phenomenal defense on the inside from Seton. They take over possession. Morales dishes it to Carmela in the corner. Carmela thinks about it, pulls up, and just short on the two there. Amya Freeland takes it up the court for Westwood. Amya pulls up for two, no good, just short. And a hard-fought rebound for DiPuccio. And Karma James called for the loose ball foul right there, as Seton gets possession anyways. 2:50 on the clock. Morales takes it up the court. And a phenomenal dribble move from Morales. She shakes her defender, dishes it to Reagan, but Reagan runs right into Sienna Riggs. Sienna Riggs taking it up the court. She's gonna pull up for three, and no good. DiPuccio now looking for Morales to take it up the court, and she's got her. Sienna Riggs on the full court press. Down low, and no good. DiPuccio rebound, and foul called against number 21, Amya Freeland. So now DiPuccio will have two free shots here with a chance to extend this Seton lead even further. 21-9 is the score. Sentinel lead by 12. First shot is good to go from DiPuccio. A chance to go 2 for 2 now. No good. Off to the right and out of bounds. Westwood ball. A 13-point lead here with 2 minutes 17 left in the first half. And Westwood has to start thinking, how can we put up points to come back in this one? Time is not on their side. Every passing second, this game leans more towards the Sentinels. Bit of a scramble now. And Westwood appears to be maybe forcing the shots a little bit. But they get a foul call pushing against number 23, Sophie Morales. So now Westwood will have a shot at some free baskets. First one is good to go from Freeland, with a chance to go 2 for 2. The shot is no good, but rebounded by Westwood. The shot is no good on the putback, and now Morales takes it up the court. Down low to DiPuccio. and she is all sorts of tied up by the Westwood defenders. They know what's coming. And possession is given to Westwood. I must have missed what happened right there, but it looks like DiPuccio went down with the ball and maybe somehow got knocked out of bounds. And the shot from Peyton Mitchell is no good, the sophomore for Westwood. She's fouled on the play, and she'll get 2 free shots as well. So 12-point lead now for the Sentinels. Westwood could clip it down to 10 here if Peyton goes 2 for 2. First shot is good. 22-11 with 1 minute 32 on the clock. The shot, no good, rebounded by Herrera. And Carmela will take it up the court. Reagan passes it down low to Morales, and Morales gives it right back. Westwood coming on strong here towards the end of this second quarter. Sienna Riggs with some dribble moves, some great defense from Carmela, and she gets possession for the Sentinels. Wow. You know, the shooting hasn't been going phenomenal for Carmela Gallardo so far here tonight, but her defense is impeccable. She has had at least 2 turnovers to her name. So far, Westwood having no answer for her defense. Morales puts up a 3 in the corner, and it doesn't go. Just long, and the pass down court from Westwood will go Array out of bounds. And the Sentinels have possession with 51.7 on the clock here. Carmela on the inbound. Morales makes some space, and she's got it. Some good dribble moves, but a solid press from Sienna Riggs. Down low to Reagan, and no good. And that's a consistent double team that we've been seeing all night. As soon as one of the big ladies for Seton gets down low, there's going to be at least 2 Westwood defenders in the paint trying to stop the demolition. And DiPuccio goes wide with the shot from 2. Freeland dishes it over to 3, and the shot is no good. Morales taking it up the court now, 24 on the clock. And Sienna Riggs. Blocking foul right there. And the Sentinels are going to play this last possession out. Carmela going to be inbounding this one. An 11-point lead for Seton, and they'd like to make it 13 or 14 heading into halftime. Morales. Over to DiPuccio. Carmela now. Staying around the perimeter are the Sentinels. Morales has it. Back to Carmela. Carmela pulls up, and it's good. Splash from 3 for Carmela. And a Hail Mary shot for Westwood is no good. So the Sentinels head into halftime with a 14-point lead, and Karen Self can't help but have a wonderful smile on her face after the Sentinels picked it up. A little bit of a sloppy second quarter there, but they corralled it at the very end, and they head into halftime with their heads held high. 14 points is the differential, and the Sentinels are only building steam. We'll be right back. Thank you for joining us once again here at the home of the Sentinels.
We have aggressively pursued the fruition of our vision for Seton Catholic for when we celebrate our 75th anniversary in 2029. Our historic campus is almost completely renovated. Our Founded in Faith, Building on Excellence campaign for a new event center is equally as important for our vision. Our current gym has been stretched to its limits with assemblies, liturgies, PE classes, community events, and athletics. Because the space is used for so many things, Critical events like hosting the sacred mass have to be set up right before and taken down directly after.
If you got assigned to be the one that was setting up mass, it was just a nightmare, having to roll out the carpet and set up all the chairs and do everything. The thing that I noticed the most that was like super limiting about that was a sense of reverence in the space.
The weight room's been nice, but it'll be nice to have the extra space. I mean, there's just not enough room to do everything. So a lot of times we end up just working out, outside.
It's a small room, and we only have a small area to work out in.
The weight room not being the biggest, and once again having to share with all the other teams has been hard.
We only have a 30-minute time frame between when practice ends and when school starts, so all of us kind of run to the locker room or bathroom because there's not a lot of space in the locker room. It gets really frantic in the morning.
From a volleyball standpoint, we don't even use the locker room. There's just not enough room for us.
Yeah, so being in the locker room when everyone's in there, like volleyball has a freshman, JV, and varsity team that's around 12 girls a team. It's a lot of people in one small space.
There's not enough room for all of us in there to store our stuff or just to get ready.
Sometimes it's more convenient to just change in your car or go home.
When you're trying to accommodate, 40, 50, 60 kids in this space, it's just difficult.
Until maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock at night because it's really difficult to find time.
Time practices would have to be cut short during the season because we have the basketball team coming in after us.
Basketball, having to share the gym with in season the girls team, and we have 3 different levels, obviously freshman, JV, and varsity, and there's days when all 3 teams have to practice
for
at
the
the
boys.
same time.
It's slow getting my season off to a start, which means we're starting practice at about 8 o'clock.
It's only allows for 1 season, and like when we're off season, we would love to have some gym time.
A lot of times our kids are coming home at 8:30 at night, and it's, they have a couple hours of homework, so it gets to be very difficult to manage from that perspective.
For a year-round sport, we always kind of get the last pick of where we want to practice and everything. So we do end up having to wake up at 5:30 every morning.
Basketball in there 3:30 to 5:30, boys basketball in there 5:30 to 7:30.
We get out at 3, and the freshman girls practice is at 3:30 to 5:30. School gets out at 3 o'clock, and JV and varsity volleyball practices here 5:30 to 7:30, 5 days a week.
It is clear the needs of our students and athletes have grown beyond our current gym. The Event Center will serve our current students and provide a wonderful space for future generations of Sentinels. It will be used as reverent space to hold the sacred liturgy. And we will be able to host large school and community events on campus. We will have the facility to match our academic and athletic excellence. Athletics is a big part of our school history and our school life. Seton Catholic ranks in the top 10 most winning schools among all programs in Arizona. I know it is a big ask. I know this is a large project, but I believe with all my heart, it is what is necessary for Seton. Now is the time to invest in our present and our future.
And here we go, back to action in the second half. Here, Karen Self and her squad is looking to ice this game. They have a 14-point lead right now, and they're on pace to do just that. Westwood struggling to keep up with the offensive prowess and ball movement of the Sentinels, and with all things considered, the Sentinels have looked phenomenal so far here to kick off 2024. Joining me on the broadcast now, trusty Joe Pequeno. Joe, how you doing?
Very good. Reagan Gregston with 8 points. Mia DiPuccio with 7 to lead the Sentinels as they begin the second half. And the always reliable Sophie Morales handling the rock. Swings it over to Carmelo, working the top of the key. Inside to Gregston. Good look. Mia trying to fight for it. Loose ball, and the battle ensues, and Westwood comes up with it.
Anya Freeland now dishes it down low, and the pull-up is no good.
And Gregston right there, that long, lanky body, leading the Sentinels with 8 first-half points and ripping down the rebound. And look, this is a game where a lot of folks might look at Adam and say, well, how come the Sentinels aren't up even more? But as Carmela nails that 3 from the outside, and she now has 8 points for a team high to try to tie with Gregston. But they're down Caitlin Benally as well. So they're down a big physical presence and a double-digit scorer.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to labor through with your roster on a night like this. And, you know, and we say this because we've seen the Sentinels be so good on so many different occasions, and they are playing high-level basketball, and here they are. They're up by 17 without one of their best players.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing what they have to so far tonight, and it's working well in their favor.
Good bank off the glass by Freeland, the senior shooting guard. Good work there. And Sentinels methodically get the ball up the floor. Gregston fires up the 3 and banks it off the glass, and she looks at the bench with a big smile on her face. She now has 11. And Reagan Gregston's a good story for the Sentinels. A young lady, got a lot of playing time as a freshman. Had that knee injury.
Yeah.
You know, tore that ACL, had to fight her way all the way back, and now, you know, she still wears that knee brace, but she still going through the mental recovery of it. But she's getting stronger all the time, and she's going to be a key for the Sentinels down this stretch as they look not just to make, of course, the open playoffs, but potentially win it, and they have the talent to do just that.
Yeah, and make no mistake, you know, she is recovering from that surgery, but she's not letting it affect her game whatsoever. That knee brace is probably throwing off the opponents because, I mean, she's under the rim every single time, fighting for rebounds and putting up shots, and she's doing a great job so far tonight, just being a physical competitor, and that's what the Sentinels need. You know, whenever you're missing another big piece, someone's always going to have to fill that role.
Sentinels with a record of 9-5 coming in. As always, looking to defend home court. Only played 1 game so far this season on home court. Not a lot on the home schedule.
Yeah.
For the Sentinels and Coach Karen Self. DiPuccio kicks it back out. Carmela. Errant pass. And the contact is drawn by Reagan Gregston on the back end. 16-point lead for the Sentinels, and Coach Karen Self basically telling her kids, go back out there and play. Look,
yep.
1 foul doesn't make or break us with this 16-point lead. And Adam, you were here for the first half as Mesa cans that long 3 from Freeland. Freeland with a couple baskets here in the second frame, and Karen Self immediately calls a timeout, trying to squash any kind of Mesa momentum. And you saw Sentinels in that first half. What did you see from the team as they build that halftime lead?
Yeah, I mean, the Sentinels, they did what they had to do. You know, they capitalized on all of Westwood's mistakes, and they made clutch threes when they had to. You know, there was a little bit of miss-shooting and, you know, poor shot selection early on, but they ironed those things out. They knocked off the cobwebs from the Christmas and holiday break, and they're back in full force now. They look really good.
Of course, we wish everyone a happy new year out there. We Hope the holidays treated you well. All those Sentinels fans out there that care so much about this basketball team, and of course all of Sentinels athletics. Team is right back at it tomorrow night, taking on Bradshaw Mountain with a 7 p.m. tip. So this is the first of two. Right back to start the new year for Sentinels basketball. Mia DiPuccio, a little runner off the glass and loose ball.
Oof, some hard contact. And Westwood Sienna Riggs takes a big fall. She gets up just fine.
And I just love the competitiveness from Sienna Riggs, going after the basketball, getting down on the court, taking a hard shot, but bouncing right back up. That sends a message to your team.
Yeah.
And sends a message to the opposition that we're just not going to roll over. Look, we know you've got the state title rings. We know the prestige and all the accolades you receive yearly, but we're coming to play. Three from the outside is missed. And how about Jaden ripping it underneath? Good hustle by Jaden Herrera, the senior. Getting PT tonight on a comfortable night here at John J. McMahon Gym. Student body out in force. Freddie the Flamingo on the pogo stick, making an appearance.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a carry call against Sophie Morales. And that's a rare call you'll see against Sophie. And that could be a process of just up by 13, you're going to beat this team, and maybe methodically just not fully immersed in the mission at hand.
Freeland now at the top of the key. She dishes it over to 3. And a sloppy pass targeted towards Riggs will go out of bounds after the tip from Carmella. Westwood retains possession.
And Freeland, Amaya Freeland, number 21 for the Warriors, has really shown her worth. Good scorer. Good block underneath by Gregston. Here comes Sophie in transition, racing up the floor. Down court pass just out of Reagan's reach. Sentinels up 13, 4:44 left in this third quarter. Sentinels going for their 10th win of the season. And this one would be big, taking on a product of the 6A East Valley in the Westwood squad. Record coming in 3-7, 0-1 in section play. Karen Sell's philosophy, she'll go and play anyone anytime.
Yeah.
She doesn't care what division they're in, what league they're in, what state they're in. Where good teams are, the Sentinels will travel. First free throw is made. Of course, the Westwood Warriors right in Mesa. Not that far, call it about a 15-minute drive. Everything's close here in the East Valley.
Yeah.
Timeout on the floor. Good timeout by head coach Ron Compton. And it gives Karen Self and her crew an opportunity to talk some things through. So the Sentinels, of course, a body short tonight. Caitlin Benally not dressed out as Karen Self. Talking to Jaden Herrera and Mia DiPuccio, getting some words of wisdom as well. And Freddie the Flamingo making an appearance.
Oh, yeah.
He's right there. He survived any potential mishaps, being probably thought of as a Christmas turkey. Instead, he roamed the wilderness, he hung out in the pond, and now he's with us for a January celebration right here at John J. McMahon Gym. And Freddie's always a suave one, just peeking around, looking around, checking things out.
Very observant.
Observant bird. We have Freddie right there. We also have another Freddie in the student section. He's on a pogo stick. He is. That one is under control. Back on the floor, Gregston, Gallardo, Herrera, DiPuccio, and Morales. Inbounds. Shot from the outside. Gregston will clean it up. And Reagan's been very active, Doc, on both sides.
Yeah. Speak of Reagan herself. Carmela on the rebound. Back inside to Reagan. Morales now, being the court general she is, takes control. Over to Reagan. Over to Carmela in the corner. She moves around, pulls up for three, and it's good. And that's exactly what the Sentinels needed to get right back on track after that bit of a scoring drought there. This game is reignited. Oof.
And bodies tumbling.
And Anya Freeland was taking no survivors on her way towards the basket there. She'll pick up the charge. And the Sentinels will pick up the basketball.
Last offensive sequence for the Sentinels. A lot of touches. Carmela, one dribble. Out to the left on the perimeter and knocked it down. Carmela really showing some poise on that perimeter. Not forcing anything, taking good shots. Gregston, DiPuccio, and just great ball movement by the Sentinels. A lot of touches. Outside touches, inside touches, and the looks have been good. Sophie off the inbounds. Herrera on the outside, little elbow, and Jaden knocks it down. She's got 4 points. And you always feel good, Doc. You know, you got so many hard-working players on your roster that maybe don't get the minutes they earn in the course of time because of the level of skill, but when they get on the floor, you root for those players, and Jaden Herrera has been such a hard-working factor for the Sentinels team, enjoying some nice moments on the floor.
Definitely. And she's been more than that as well in the first half. We saw a lot of interior presence from her, both defensively and offensively, looking for rebounds. Just another body in the paint, and she did it very well, very competitive. Some good ball movement now from Westwood.
Freeland blocked by Morales. Sophie Morales providing the block. Good defense. And Sophie Morales, look, is the glue of this team. She can do whatever you want her to do. You want her to score 15 points, she will. You want her to give out 8 to 10 assists, she will.
She will.
You want her to play great defense. She is just the motor of this team. Gallardo, DiPuccio down in the blocks. DiPuccio swings it back out to Gallardo. 17 on the shot clock. Morales, a couple dribbles, kicks it back out to Gallardo. Thought about it for a split second. Gregston, Herrera, back to Gregston. Great ball movement by the Sentinels. Morales can't connect, but Herrera's there. And look at Jaden Herrera just being a physical force down low.
Yeah.
17-point lead for the Sentinels. Kind of methodically working their way through this one. Westwood.
And a good poke from Carmela gives the Sentinels the ball back.
Westwood coming off a loss to Sumerian Memorial out of Las Vegas. 55-45.
Oof, Morales, nothing but net there.
Sophie with the big three. Sophie now with 5 points. The lead is 20. Sentinels not showing any signs of Russ. Morales with a rebound, going the other way.
What a great sequence for Morales. Great defense. She got the rebound after making the three, and she keeps possession. And I mean, she is just, you mentioned it, the glue of this squad, and if every team had a point guard as reliable as her, things would be a lot more competitive, no doubt. She does it all. She does not turn the ball over. She has great court vision, and she's definitely driving the Sentinels towards this victory so far tonight.
And selfless. I mean, she does whatever's a great feed right there.
Oh, my goodness.
Morales to Gregston inside.
Wow.
pretty finish by Reagan. She's got 13 with a chance at a three-point play. And that's Sophie just with a high IQ, slicing and dicing and seeing Gregston cutting and the perfect pass inside. And Gregston, her great night continues, 14 and counting. Swung out to the outside. Warriors. Look, there's a lot of teams that come into John J. McMahon Gym and think they're ready. They're ready to take on the Sentinels, to handle the press, the defense, to make shots, and then, in a sense, it's like a baptism, right? You learn that it's not as easy as you think, and you realize what you're playing up against is it's a very difficult task. And look at Morales right there.
Oh my goodness!
My goodness, Sophie Morales to Reagan Gregston.
Wow.
Wow.
That was phenomenal.
And if there was the Joe Pequeno Sports Center, that would leave my highlight at 11 a.m.
Yeah. Great sequence from the broadcast to the court right there, no doubt.
And Gregston's good night continues, piling up the points. She's now at 16. Sophie inside to Gregston yet again.
And this is what the Sentinels needed to do in this third quarter here. They let Westwood hang around a little bit. Now is the time to get serious, and they've done just that.
Time winding down in the third. Opportunity for Riggs. Riggs will fire it up at the buzzer. And that shot is no good.
26-point lead.
It's a 26-point lead, and if we can just rewind, if we can turn back time for literally a split second, it would be Morales to Gregston, Morales to Gregston, and more Morales to Gregston.
Yeah.
And just beautiful passing, pinpoint, and something so impressive that, you know, I got to tell you, and Adam, you know this, I call games on the junior college circuit, and I don't see that kind of great precision passing that I do from Sophie Morales, you know, from a variety of teams. And she is just special. And it's a shame that so many coaches out there, they look at her and say, okay, she's small, she's tiny, right? Well, you know, last I checked, Chris Paul's not very big either. Right? But she runs, guns, and is a great facilitator. And so many college teams that, you know, methodically work the ball up the court and struggle to get in their half-court offense. Well, if you have Sophie Morales in your team, that's not going to happen.
No, definitely not.
You have someone who can run up and down the floor, get a team in their offense, break a team down defensively off the dribble, and just make everyone on the floor better. And that's what she does. And Reagan Gregston, what a night for her. Just continues to pile up the points. Now with 18 and counting. And we're going to keep it right here on the post-game show. We'll be talking to a couple of the Sentinels afterwards. And the doctor has never done post-game interviews. Maybe tonight the doc lets it fly and he handles everything.
Absolutely.
Sophie misses from the outside, and Sienna Riggs with the rebound. Riggs feeling the pressure that Morales brings, non-stop, relentless defensive pressure that the Sentinels bring. And that's the hallmark of the Sentinels. You don't play defense, you're not going to play for this team. That's a hallmark of a Karen Self basketball squad. You've got to play defense non-stop, up and down the floor. Non-shooting foul against the Sentinels. 26-point lead. Coach Self on that sidelines, constantly talking to her team. Constantly working. And Reagan. And Coach called that just a short time ago.
Wow.
Right before that inbounds, Coach Karen Self was telling Reagan, get your hand high, because she read the play.
Just phenomenal.
She knew it was going to go out to the top of the key, and Coach Self read it and said, Reagan, get your hand up. And Reagan did just that. And And that's going to be a travel call against Tracy Ineza.
And, you know, those are the type of things that make you remember, you know, hey, there's no surprise as to why this team is as good as they are. I mean, just top to bottom, every aspect, every facet of this team is elite.
Absolutely. And it starts with preseason conditioning in the weight room, working with a trainer, working on their physicality. Carmela lets it fly. That one off the side of the iron. Ineza's there, tries to throw it up. And Jaden throws it up way off the glass, and good hustle, and those short little bunnies don't make it. And that's a learning moment for Coach Karen Self, and we'll talk to her kids about at some point. So as we look at this one, Doc, as 6:23 left, you got to figure out who you're going to want to talk to.
Yeah, well, definitely Morales, number one.
And Reagan Gregston.
I'm thinking Reagan as well.
Yeah. Swing out to Reagan on that far right side, and Jaden banks it off the glass, and Jaden's got 6 points. And I'm a fan of Jaden. Her sister was a hard-working contributor for the basketball team, and as we look on the student section, we've got members of the volleyball team, the girls volleyball team out in force tonight, checking out the action. I see the Steinhammer, Elizabeth Steinkamp.
Alejandro Burns as well from the men's basketball team.
And we got people waving at our yeah, Alejandro Burns is over there. Of course, the boys are having a great season as well, making a lot of noise under Coach Carter Abey.
Such good defense from the Sentinels. I mean, Freeland has to force a shot there, and it's going to fall. But you know, there's nothing you can do about shots like that sometimes, and that was a phenomenal defensive sequence from the Sentinels. Nothing to hang their heads about.
And, you know, Amaya Freeland of the Warriors is making her presence felt out in this court.
Yeah.
She's out there balling. She's doing
Balling.
good things for the Warriors, and she's letting it be known that she's come here with a purpose to let everyone in this gym, and that's going to be a travel call. So right now, some of the younger players for the Sentinels getting their first bit of action and learning along the way. Learning moments.
Learning moments.
Shot from the outside, and that's
Wow.
buried.
Freeland.
Once again, Amaya Freeland. Freeland's got double-digit points, and she's a good-looking player.
Yeah, no doubt. Her game is well-rounded, and she's been the driving offensive factor for Westwood so far today.
Yeah. Young lady with a lot to be proud of, and she can shoot, she can get to the basket. I think she would look really good in teal and white.
No doubt.
Matter of fact, I am going to let our good friend Fletcher Brown, the head coach of Chandler Gilbert, know that he's got a good-looking player over here in Amaya Freeland. She can handle the basketball, she can shoot, can create her own shot.
That's a potential Coyote right there, no doubt.
Absolutely. We're always on the eye for potential Coyotes.
Yeah.
Mesa to the 202 off Pecos. That's a 10-minute drive.
10-minute drive.
15-minute stops.
Yeah.
Go down Gilbert Road, right?
Yeah.
Shot off the back of the iron. Jaden Herrera back there, muscling and putting body on body. Under 5 minutes left. Sophie the Great up the floor. Swings it over. Carmela, Jaden, couple dribbles. Reagan shoots it over to Sophie.
Wow.
And just another good feed by Sophie inside. Could not connect, but Morales once again a magician with the rock throughout this contest. Long three. Reagan pulls it down. Coach Self calling for motion from that sideline. Inside touch, Reagan. Carmelo thought about it. Pulls it back out. Reagan sees Jaden cutting, and Jaden almost banks it off the glass. Ineza draws the foul, much to the delight of that Sentinels bench. Foul goes against Peyton Mitchell, the sophomore forward. And you'd love to see Tracy get in the box score.
Yeah.
Fires it up. Just a little
barely.
too strong off the back of the iron. So we got Alejandro Burns, Elizabeth Steinkamp, all the athletes showing up here, representing Sentinels athletics. A little too strong. Riggs with the loose ball, going up the floor. And it's going the other way. Trickled out of bounds by the Warriors. And this is a Westwood team coming in with a record of 3-7. Their wins, Edison, Shadow Mountain, Boulder Creek, and then they've lost at Gilbert, at Cesar Chavez, to Mountain View at home, Atwater out of California, Castle View out of Colorado, and Cimarron Memorial out of Vegas. But those last three are out-of-state teams, so I applaud Coach Ron Campton taking his team out of state and trying to get them better. That's how you build a program.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight.
Definitely.
I mean, you got to build a culture. You got to see who is committed. And once again, Amaya Freeland has really shown up.
Yeah.
And she is really letting the world be known here amongst the zip code right here of Dobson and Ray that she's a baller. And if she was in this neighborhood, she could suit up for Seton with ease. Good looking player. A senior.
Riggs back to Freeland.
And look at the poise by Freeland.
Yeah.
Right, she feels the pressure, dumps it down in the
Confident
box.
and calm,
Yeah.
And obviously only 2:55 left in this fourth quarter, so a comeback might be a little far out of sight, but Freeland is not playing like that whatsoever. She's playing like she wants to come back and win this one.
And for the Warriors, you're playing for pride, but you're playing to play sound fundamental basketball right now. To get into your offensive set, not get beat in transition, not get backdoored by the Sentinels, play tight defense on Sophie Morales, not let one of the best guards in the state. And make no mistake, Sophie Morales was probably the best point guard in the state. And there's no shame for the Warriors to have this deficit.
Yeah, no.
This is a coach that's building his program, and eventually he might be on par. But in the meantime, his team is going through a little bit of a learning curve, a little bit of a baptism by fire. Gallardo in and out. Gregston try to rip it down, and Reagan hustles and gets it. And you know what, Doc? Maybe a year ago, she doesn't get that rebound. Doesn't have the trust in the knee, or the knee's not 100%.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
No,
And
she chased that one hard.
yeah, and that's a play, and that's a. And this time it's Reagan and Morales. A little give and go. And Sophie now with 7 points. I'm really happy for Reagan. It's been a long road for her development just to get back with a knee injury, and you can tell she's playing with confidence and playing strong and playing with a relentless fire out there, right?
Yeah.
Not afraid to chase down a loose ball and get after it and be physical. Having some faith that her body's not going to fall apart. And Doc, that's part of the mental part of when you have an ailment, to really trust your body to feel that it's okay. It won't give out.
Yeah,
and
no, for sure. Definitely a huge mental aspect of coming back from an injury. And there we go in the scorebook.
Tracy Ineza in. And it's safe to say We don't do a running scorebook by any means here. We do keep points. We don't keep assists, but there's no question Sophie Morales has got double-digit assists in this one.
Oh, yeah.
No question.
Without a doubt.
So tomorrow night, the Doc and I are going to be back at it. Pre-game show, and we're going to blow it up. Talk about this one. Maybe have some pre-game interviews as well, and do it like how we do it here on the Chandler Gilbert Sports Network. Coyotes were in action tonight. Chandler Gilbert, that is. Taking the home loss against Central Arizona on the junior college circuit. And right here at Chandler Gilbert, home team with no problems against Westwood. With the 54-34 advantage here in the fourth with $1:21 left. And they're doing all this without Caitlin Benally, who's out. Caitlin, who, rumor has it, is getting a look from Fort Smith, a Division II school out of Colorado. And Caitlin's another player that would look good in the teal and white.
Yeah.
A physical force, who can rebound, who's automatic down in the blocks.
We might be building a squad over here.
Trying to. Working on it. I always keep my eyes open for Fletch.
Yeah.
Good ball movement by Sophie. Swings it out. Carmela will rotate it around the perimeter. Sophie. And Sophie gets called for the travel. And Sophie will laugh it off up the floor.
Yeah. And, you know, this is not the way you want to see the Sentinels play towards the last home stretch of the game, but regardless, I mean, the victory is sealed, and, you know, some calls might not be going their way. And obviously, you know, the Sentinels would never want to make an excuse for sloppy play, but with all things considered, you know, they're doing their best right now.
Yeah. And the bottom line, they know they have it secured, and
yeah.
Coach Karen Self working her roster. Jane Herrera getting a lot of playing time. Tracy Aniza.
Morales. Wow.
Getting some work. Jaden banks it in. 8 points. Look at the big smile on her face as she comes up the court. You got to feel good for Jaden. Practices hard, good person, first and foremost. Karen Self, her team is based on good people, good individuals that are committed to the team, committed to what her program's all about, a good, positive, hard-working culture. And if the individual is not equal to the sum, they don't last long here.
Yeah.
And that's why Karen has had this great success she has over the course of time. And I'm excited to see what this team does down the stretch. They feel they can win the open title, and obviously they're going to need some things to go right, maybe some good seedings along the way. But if they have the opportunity to play on home court, they're going to be very tough to beat. And the big thing is not to get in early foul trouble, obviously. But still, so much basketball left to be played for the team. Big games ahead for the squad as they're going to pick up their 10th win, and then tomorrow, right back at it, taking on Bradshaw Mountain. Tip time at 7. Start the festivities between 6:30 and 6:45. We want you to join us wherever you are in Sentinels world. You could be in New Jersey like Karen Self's family. Wherever Sentinels roam, we want you dialed in. Carmelo long range. Pushes that one off the front of the iron. And this one about to wind down as the Warriors will play out the last shot. Shot from the outside. Maya Freeland misses, and that's going to do it. Sentinels get the 56-38 victory. Reagan Gregston, 18 points. Sophie Morales with 7 and call it double-digit assists.
Yeah.
Sentinels improved to 10-5. They're back at it tomorrow night, taking on Bradshaw Mountain. Keep it right here on the Coyotes, on the Sentinels post-game show. I just came from Chandler Gilbert. Keep it right here on the Sentinels Sports Network for some post-game coverage. Right here, live from John J. McMahon Gym.
So here we go. Post-game interview. I'm Adam Perry, joined with Reagan Gregson. And Reagan, you played phenomenal tonight. Good job. Congrats on the victory. And so for starters, I want to talk about, you're coming back from surgery, and watching you play, I had no idea she was coming back from surgery because, I mean, you're laying out, getting, contested rebounds. And what has that process been like in recovery for you?
It's really been helpful to have my teammates who are pushing me all the time in practice, and that they never go soft on me because I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And even if I get score on the whole practice, they're still going hard on me.
Yeah.
And so it's really just helped me get back into it and push myself and really just get used to playing at high level competition. It's just being pushed by my teammates.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great to have, and that's no surprise to hear because you guys are such a well-structured team over here, led by Karen Self. And I mean, what is it like playing with a point guard like Morales? Because I mean, she's just so good with her court vision and passing.
Yeah.
And you guys were a great tag team duo tonight.
It's great. It's great playing with someone who can really see the court and who really is unselfish and puts her team above everyone else. And even if she has the shot, she gives it to someone else, even if they're just as open as she is. She's always looking for the extra pass, and it's never about her. It's always about helping out the team and making the right read, and she's really good at finding that read and finding the pass and making sure it's on time and on target.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Thank you, Reagan.
Thank you.
You played phenomenal tonight. Congrats on the victory, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, right? 5:30.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So we'll be right back, and next on the air will be Sophie Morales. Be right back. And we're back now with Sophie Morales. And I mean, Morales, congratulations tonight. You played out of this world amazing. And, one thing that me and Joe were talking about all night was your court vision and your passing precision. I mean, is that something you've always had, or did you have to work hard for that?
Growing up, I don't know, I just had this self-confidence thing, so I always looked to pass. So growing up, I always kind of looked to pass first, so that I kind of opened up, my whole field of vision for the whole court.
Yeah.
But, my brother is also a point guard, so he taught me some things.
Yeah, you got the tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Very good. So I know you guys were coming off, a pretty long break before this game tonight here at home anyways. You guys don't have many home games, but, what was that like, finally being at home after the long break? Like, was it hard for you guys to shake off any cobwebs, or was everything kind of flowing right off the bat?
Yeah, it was a little weird because we only had one home game against Notre Dame last semester. But coming back, a lot of us, 5 juniors, we've always been playing here, and we've known Karen for a long time. So, it's kind of home court, and yeah.
Yeah, no, very good job tonight. You played, as I mentioned, really, really out of this world, and
thank you.
I'm excited to watch you tomorrow. Thank you, Sophie, and pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
And we welcome you back to John J. McMahon Gym, where the Sentinels dissected the Mesa Westwood Warriors by the count of 56-38. Reagan Grigston with 18 points. Sophie Morales with 8 and double-digit assists. I'm here with Caitlin Benally, who did not play. Caitlin nursing a little bit of an injury, am I correct? And walk us through it.
I just landed a little hard last week, and they put me in a boot just to keep me off of it for a while, but I should be back in like a week or so.
Yeah, got to get ready now for the bigger games down the road. And that
Yes.
being said, some good news for you, and we want to share it here with the Sentinels Nation because you're a young lady who's worked so hard on the basketball court, and now the fruits of your labor have paid off with a college scholarship, and walk us through where you're going.
I committed last Friday to Fort Lewis College, and it's a D2 in Durango, Colorado. I was really excited. I was really looking forward to it, and I'm excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, and you talk about Fort Lewis, and when you found out Fort Lewis, and what was that day like when they committed to you and you knew that your future was already set and situated and you knew you have a new home to go to down the road?
Well, when he first offered me, I was like, I had to pause and I was like jumping for joy a little because I was like, I really wanted to go here and I was like really looking forward to it. And when I committed, I was just like, I love everything about the program. I love the coach. I was just like, it's gonna be a great fit.
Yeah, and that being said, you know, I think to see all the hard work and everything to pay off, what does that mean to you? Because a lot of people don't realize when you play for a program like Seton and a great coach like Karen Self, there is a lot of demands. There's high expectations, and there's the extra work you have to put in, and all the work, and you've done that, and you do that so effortlessly, and you give your time and energy because you care about being part of this program, and you've been such a valuable part of the program. To see it all pay off, what does that mean to you?
I agree, it's definitely paid off, but I've definitely done a lot of work. Like, it's taken a lot, and I feel like I haven't peaked at all. I still have like tons of room for potential. So I don't know, it's just really satisfying to see it pay off.
Okay, well, congratulations to you. And I want to get your thoughts on tonight's win. I mean, you didn't play, you were a spectator. I know that's a very kind of rare thing for you to watch on the sidelines.
I say assistant coach.
Yeah, you're an assistant, a glorified assistant tonight. So what did you see from your team?
I saw them push. It got a little hard, a little scary there, but they persevered. I had no worries.
Yeah, well, they get the win. And meanwhile, the young lady, Caitlin Benally, on her way to play for Fort Smith down the road, and that's coming up in her near future. Keep it locked and loaded. Karen Self is about 10 feet away from me. She's going to do we're going to call this the perfect assist. It's going to be the Magic Johnson to Byron Scott or James Worthy on the fly, fast break, in transition, and it moves just like that. That's how we flow. It's an ebb and flow thing, a very fluid situation, Coach. Happy New Year to you. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much, and Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts. You know, no Caitlin Benally tonight, and, you know, your team could have easily came in here, maybe overlooked Mesa, the Westwood Warriors, with a record of 3-7 coming in. But, you know, things started maybe a little sluggishly, but second half you kind of peaked and found your way, and then the lead expanded along the way.
Yeah, I thought, you know, I mean, they're a great team in terms of their ability to shoot the ball. Everybody on their team can pull from three. And so I thought we did a pretty solid job defending the three-point line. We contested a lot of shots. They did get 4 threes on us. Our goal was to only give up 3. But I thought, you know, kids that, you know, I mean, I thought Tracy did a great job coming in, who doesn't normally play a ton on varsity. But she did a great job for us. And then, you know, Jaden had 8 points tonight on her birthday, and she had a really, really strong performance for us again tonight. So, you know, kids stepped up with Kate being out, and Mia's deathly ill right now. She's very sick. And so, you know, she just powered through as best she could, but we tried to rest her where we could in the second half. And when Sophie gets going in the open court, forget it. Like, her and Reagan is a great connection. It's fantastic.
And we'll talk about them in just a second, because I don't even know where to begin or start or begin that conversation of how good they were. But a special moment in this one when Tracy, who had a couple baskets, a couple moments inside where she could have scored, and then finally one dropped and the bench exploded. What a special moment that was. And, Coach, what went through your mind when that all unfolded?
I'm just like super happy for her because she's coming in. She's the only freshman on varsity. She's new to Arizona. She's here from Maine. She moved here from Maine. You know, I'm a lot, you know, coming in as a freshman. It's kind of like very eye-opening. And she just works so hard for us that it's just nice to see her get rewarded with like a bucket here and there, because she does. I mean, you watch her play, and she's all over the offensive boards like all the time. She's got a great eye for tracking the ball, and she just kind of hunts rebounds, and so just really happy for her to get that bucket.
And for Jaden, who's persevered through this program and puts all that valuable time and effort in, and, you know, to go out there and get the 8 points, and and the big smiles on her face, and you can see how much it means to her because of the time and effort, and to wear that Seton jersey with pride.
Yeah.
And everything, and part of the great culture you've built here, Karen, to see that joy in her face, what does that mean to you?
It was awesome, and especially on her birthday, just like really happy for her. She hit a big outside shot. She got some buckets on the inside, some tough contested buckets. I mean, I just think all of her hard work is paying off, and we're seeing that reflected in the games now, where she's giving us really great minutes and really productive minutes.
And you know, Coach, every player that steps through your program, they all go through journeys, right? And I think we're really starting to see the journey starting to reach a very bright moment of rainbows, blue skies for Reagan Gregston, who has gone through the battles of the knee injury and had to persevere of the mental and the physical. But now she comes out here tonight, 18 points, diving all over the place, grabbing loose rebounds, and just having the confidence and the trust in her body. And how satisfying is it to see this young lady finally to believe in the physicality that her body's back to being 110%.
I mean, she had some great games in the Nike tournament, champions. In our game against Saguaro, she was top notch, like absolutely fantastic. And it's just so great to see her, gaining confidence with every game and coming out tonight and just, reading screens and just finding, reading the defense and saying, okay, you're going to slack off. I'm going to hit this three in your face. Oh, you're going to come out on me. I'm going to flash middle and get a little turnaround jump shot. Like, she had a couple where she down screened late in the game and just slipped to the rim, like super open. And it's great when you have a point guard like Sophie who can find kids on those open slips to the rim and stuff. So it's just fantastic just to see, because she's had a more difficult journey than anybody else I can remember in my time at Seton, and she just continues to power through and continues to work, and it's not easy, the mental struggle of a knee injury like that, but then to have another meniscus tear and then have to have that fixed, and just so much time off the court. She's just done a great job, bringing it every day and being patient enough to let this come to her in the time that it has. And I think she's got, her ceiling is so high, like she's got a lot of great basketball in front of her.
Yeah, constant work and the constant belief to never give up and just trust yourself along the way, and it's all working itself out. And Coach, I sit here and I can sit here and I always think that I can never be awed more by Sophie Morales handling the basketball. But, Coach, I mean, tonight there was like 4 or 5 moments in this game. It's like just a wow moment.
Yeah.
And she just continues to impress. And, now she's an upperclassman leading this team. Is there IQ? Is there a ceiling for her IQ on the floor?
No, she just gets stronger and stronger, and she's just really doing a great job leading us. Like, you notice it. Like, she comes out of the game, she got a little dead leg shot to her quad, and she comes out of the game, they immediately come out and press. And then she comes back in the game, they immediately pull it off. That's just a testament to the respect that other coaches have for her and what she can do. Nobody wants to see Sophie loose in the open court. I mean, I do, but no opposing coaches want to see that. And so, it's well known that she can handle the ball and she can see the floor, and she's absolutely electric in the open court. And so, I just thought it was funny. As soon as she came back in, they just like pulled that press right off. And so that's just a testament to how good she is.
Yeah, she's a well-known commodity in this state, and whoever decides to pick her up as a college coach out there is going to be very thankful, because he's going to get maybe the best facilitator, the best point guard in this state. So, Coach, you're now 10-5, and Bradshaw Mountains tomorrow night. Give us kind of an assessment of where this team is right now.
I feel really good about us heading into region play. Bradshaw Mountain, I think, is a good, solid physical team. They got a couple of nice players that we're going to have to defend. But I feel like this little break where Kate's getting like, obviously she's not going to be able to go tomorrow, but it's just giving really good, valuable minutes to Jaden and to Tracy, and hopefully we'll get some more guard play in there tomorrow. That gives more game experience to everybody. And it's this is a little bit more of the level we're going to see in region versus some of the teams we saw at La Jolla Country Day, and then some in the TOC. Like, we were down Sophie during that tournament, so so we struggled a little bit without her, but I think I think we're just hitting our stride right now, and I think it's going to be a great region schedule.
And we just talked to Caitlin Benally a short time ago. She committed to Fort Smith in Colorado.
Fort Lewis,
that
yes.
is, yes. And Coach, what a great moment for her. And can you kind of talk about her journey and capping it off to get in the opportunity to play college basketball?
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna make a very, very happy coach up at Fort Lewis because she's just a worker, and she's, it's really great to see her hard work pay off with the college recruiting that picking up for her as it has. And now with her commitment to Fort Lewis, I mean, now she can just focus on our season. She doesn't have to stress about it, and she can just, keep doing great things for us.
Yep. So a good night for the Sentinels. They go to 10-5 with a victory over the Westwood Warriors, 56-38. That is the great one, Karen Self. Back at it tomorrow night. Bradshaw Mountain coming in town. That is not a 7 o'clock tip. That's a 5:30 tip that Paulo Hutchison, who's coordinating the live stream, let me know. So we'll start the live pregame coverage about 5:15 or so. We'll see you tomorrow night. Sentinels Nation, a good night. Take care. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks.